What prompted me to do Unbound again, or this year? You know, I just kind of felt like I had something left unfinished. The first time was so bad that I just kind of wanted to go back and try to better the experience. I felt like I can ride 200 miles. I wasn't sure how fast I would ride 200 miles. And during the race, I wasn't sure I could ride 200 miles. Hi, I'm Bill Alcorn. I'm the founder of Bikeflights.
I'm ready.
The first time I did Unbound, I brought my crew with me. We did the North course. It was a very hard day for all of us. Nothing went well. Cramps, dehydration. We had done a lot of big rides as a group, but we were totally unprepared for the day. We finished, we all finished, but it was very dark. To the point where one of us threw up in the van going back to the motel. It was a tough day. I made my decision to do Unbound at Sea Otter, and I said, okay, I got about 3 or 4 weeks. And I basically tried to ride about 200 to 300K a week. You know, 25K here, 50K here, Monday through Friday, because I was working. And then I tried to do at least 2 days on the weekends, either Friday and the Saturday or Saturday and Sunday, where I would ride 100K back to back. It would have been nice to train longer for the event. I had a lot of work. I also had my daughter's soccer, so it was a lot of juggling. I had gotten a couple 90-mile rides in with friends. They were more taco rides. They were really nice and slow. We'd stop for a taco. But it was really 3 weeks of pretty like one block to get ready for this race. I flew Wednesday. Flights went relatively smooth. We rolled right to Emporia and found our bikes nice and safe at Merchant Cycles. Obviously, we ship them through bikeflights.com. Bike shipping makes things easy. You don't have to lug all that stuff. We set up the tents Thursday, talked to people all day at Expo. Lots of high fives, lots of, hey, thanks for the service. Lots of people saying, I can't believe I drove here 15 hours, next year I'm using you. So we look forward to seeing those people again next year. I got this nice haircut at the MAP booth, at the MAP pop-up, but that was really the only time I sat down all day during Expo. The first 4 or 5 hours during the event, legs felt pretty much like I had stood all day at Expo. When the race started, everything took off. I mean, everybody was just, you know, on the gas. But I knew not to do that. So from the first time, so I rode the first 50, 60 miles to checkpoint 1 with a pretty big group. Was able to get on, take a couple pulls, stretch the legs, kind of assess how I was feeling, and then really just kind of roll back, 10 wheels back, and just sit and eat and drink as much as I could. I had explicit instructions to make sure that I had finished all my bottles and all my food in my pack before I saw the van. And I pretty much did that with some exception of some energy gels. I just couldn't get them down. Here at Unbound, it's self-supported. I think the word they use is primitive. Primitive is a nice way of saying it's really not supported.
Not quite a 2x5, it's like a 4x5.
You know, 100-mile mountain bike races, there's an aid station every 20 miles or 15 miles, right? And then you got all kinds of good snacks and food. But this is 200 miles and there's a water truck. And to see the front runners really not even stop, it's just amazing. The darkest moments during the race were when I flatted.
Which one? My front tire's got a huge sidewall hole in it.
Okay.
It's got 2 or 3 grooves in it.
Okay.
And I just said to myself, I'm like, I'm done. And then I realized, like, no, it's just a flat, I can change it. So I just sat there, no trees, bright sun, just sweat dripping off me, changing my tire. And I got it done. When I flatted the second time, it didn't really bother me at all. It was just like, okay, this is what the day's gonna be like. And then we came up across the photographer, like, hey, take a picture on the tractor. And I'm just like, okay, I'm in for this. Like, I'm out here, I'm doing it. You know, for the first 4 days after Unbound, that, you know, I might come back and cheer some other people, but I don't really need to ride the event. Maybe the 350.